No, I'm here. I'm here tonight. I hope you're all well. Um, I wanted to do a little bit of a show on just the madness with our fans at the moment. And I kind of wanted to go through some of the numbers, some of the news, some of the games that we've actually gone through and played, some of the games we've got coming up, some of the stats on some of the players, how they're performing. Um, a bit of a deep dive into what Slot's got out of some of players which haven't performed in the past really, and also some flowers for some of the big heads who potentially could be going next year. So buckle up for this one. I didn't really want to do a rant, but you probably could do a rant. The amount of fume by our fans is just insane. We're top of the table in the league and we're joint top in the Champions League on the same points as Borussia Dortmund, who scored 7 past Celtic, which means that they're ahead on goal difference. And we just cruised past West Ham, which was probably one of the hardest games in the cup for one of the Premier League teams. And all our fans do is moan. Like, moan about Dominic Szoboszlai, moan about Mo Salah, moan about Jota, moan about everything. Like, just moan and moan about stuff. Like, like it's not Slot's fault. It's not Edwards' fault. It's not Hughes's fault if any of those players leave on free transfers. If Mo Salah goes, or Virgil van Dijk goes, or Trent goes, it's not their fault. Like, this wasn't their doing. This was given to them when they took over the club, and they had more important things to do, like get a manager, get an entire coaching team, get an entire medical team, and make sure the players weren't doing daft things in training and weren't beasting themselves up in the gym and getting some kind of rhythm and regime and routine in place with them. Simple as that. Like, it's not their fault. Like, we already know that Trent's been contacted over 7 times by Real Madrid now, and he's turned down 3 contracts from Liverpool. So that ship has sailed. Like, that ship really has sailed. Like, Trent is going to Real Madrid whether we like it or not. Like, Real Madrid will get Trent. And just like they got David Alaba, just like they got Mbappe, just like they got all the other players that they've signed on free transfers, they will get their claws into him and he will go to Real Madrid. because Liverpool are not going to pay Trent more money than anybody else at the club. They're just not, and rightly so. Like, I'm sorry, but Andy Robinson has got exactly the same amount of assists as Trent has in the Premier League. He just has. Like, they're both on 57 assists each. Like, are you trying to tell me that Andy Robinson's better than Trent? You're trying to tell me that Andy Robinson should be offered a £500,000 a week contract? No. And neither should Trent, because he's just a right back. He's just a right back. That's what he is. Like, this season, Trent is having to defend this season. And I'm going to show you the numbers. So this is Trent at Liverpool. Like, Trent has played a total of 8 games and he's got 2 assists, which is fantastic. It really is. It's fantastic. He's got an assist in the Premier League and he's got assist in the Champions League, which is brilliant. But now we have to look at the real reason why Trent has improved, which I've gone past. Sorry, I've just gone past it. Which is defensive actions. Look who was top of the list for tackles. Trent is top of the list for tackles now. Because Trent is now a defender at Liverpool. Actually, I'm going to make myself even smaller. Oh, it doesn't make the screen any bigger. Okay. It doesn't make the screen any bigger. So Trent is now defending more, and he's done 20 tackles in all competitions this season, and he's won 11 of them, which is brilliant. Like, his numbers have increased drastically. I think it was 33% last year, and now he's at 54%. Sorry, 52% this year. So his number of tackles have increased drastically, like they really have, because he's being played as a defender. But then you also have to look at Alexis McAllister. 19 tackles, 15 won. Gravenberch, 17 tackles, 14 won. These are incredible numbers. Like, the team is just tackling more and getting involved in more defensive work. Cody Gakpo, 7 tackles, 6 won. Mo Salah, 6 in 6. Mo's won all his tackles. Like, it's good to see. It's really good to see. And this is what Trent is now going to be used for. And this is now the question we need to ask ourselves. If Trent is going to be used as a defender under slot, because that's what he needs to do we need him? Are we going to miss him that much? Are we going to miss him that much if he's going to be used as a defender and not as an offensive player? Because that's the question. Because he's not going to be allowed to do as much offensive work under slot as he was under Klopp. So are we going to miss him if he left the club, defensively wise? Because offensively, we don't need him that much. We're not going to use him that much. We're not going to utilize him that much. Like, one of his assists was a corner. Like, that is what we need to ask ourselves. Like, is he going to be missed as much as we think he is if he leaves the club? because I don't think he is. Like, I don't think he is. And we can all sit here and go, oh well, we need to get Frimpong in, or we need to get someone else in. We need a defensive-minded right back. We need a guy that can defend. We need a guy that isn't beating on one-on-ones. We need a guy that's doing more than 52%. Like, we need a guy that if he does 20 tackles, then he should be getting 17, like one, you know? And are you going to warrant a right back at Liverpool who isn't going to be offensively used as much and is going to be used mainly as a right back? Do we break our wage structure for that guy? Because he's on 180,000 a week now. He is going to want 400 minimum. He's going to want 400 minimum. Like, he sees himself in a stratosphere of players that earn £350,000 a week plus. That's what he sees himself as. And he's 25 and he'll want a 5 or 6 year contract. And we need to ask the question, does he warrant us breaking our wage structure for him to play as a right back, by the way? Or do we just cut our losses and sell him to Real Madrid for 70 million in January? Because that's the question that needs to be asked. Because the other two guys in Virgil and Mo Salah, it's in our hands. It's in our hands. Like we decide if we want those two players on new contracts. That's our choice because Mo wants to sign and Virgil wants to sign. But Trent has rejected contract offers. And they probably been 250. They probably been 250. Like 250 and 5 year contract. And he's probably said no. He's probably said no because he wants more. And we can all sit here and say, oh, our owners are stingy, our owners are this, our owners are that. But our club is being run the right way. And we broke our wage structure from 240 to 350 for Mo. And that was a dumb move. That was a dumb move because he's on £100,000 more than anybody else. And that puts us in a situation where everybody wants to go up to his wage because everybody thinks that they should be earning what Mo earns. But that's just not correct. Like, Mo should never have been given that deal. Like, if Edwards was at the club, Mo wouldn't have been offered a £350,000 contract. He wouldn't have been given a £350,000 contract. We would not have broke our wage structure to that extent. We may well have gone to like 250, maybe even 300 max, but we wouldn't have gone 100k over. And that's the issue now. And the issue is our previous guys have left us in a position where we've got three players that all think they should earn what they all think they should earn Mo's wages, which is like 350, 400. All three of them, because they could go to other clubs and get that money, but they're not going to get that money at Liverpool. And I've already spoken about the wages, like at Liverpool, and the fact that we're at 2.6 million a week in wages. If we got all three of them off the wage bill, we could be at 1.8 million. And they will be looking at that. They will be looking at that because the next player on the highest wages is Andy Robinson on 160. and they'll want to get him off that. We'll want to get him off the wage budget because these guys are on stupid money. Like, and I get they've done things, and I get they've been brilliant, but they're now at an age where one's 33, one's 32, one's 30. Like, they're on money that 30, 32, 33-year-olds shouldn't be earning, because you can't be paying old players money like that because they're unreliable. They could just break down like that. We could have another Jordan Henderson situation where 1 year later we give him a 3-year contract and he's dead food and he can't run, he can't do anything, and we're stuck with a guy that's on 350 grand. It's too high risk, and I don't think it'll happen. I personally think they've been asked to take a pay cut. I think Mo and Virgil will be offered new contracts, 2-year contracts, and they'll be reduced by 50 grand or something. Like, they'll have been asked, you need to take a pay cut, guys. Like, you're not getting more money. You're getting older. You don't get more money when you get older. You get less money when you get older. Like, that's what happened with Milner. Like, that's what happened with a number of players. So that's how I see it. I really do see it that way. And I also wanted to kind of point out just a little bit of flowers for some people as well. So where were the numbers I wanted to show you? Yeah. So the amount of midfielders that are putting in through balls now, like McAllister, 4 through balls, Trent, 4 through balls, Dom, 3, Gravenberch, 2, Andy Robertson, 2, Mo Salah, Curtis. Like, through balls is a really a new type of pass that's being used a lot more, I feel, from the midfielders. Everything normally goes wide, but now we're starting to use this through ball system, which is because of the way we're set up. I think it's great. A lot of players are doing it. Also, the pass completion is just brilliant at the moment. Like Virgil 91, Gomez 91, obviously, Canate high, but then you've got the likes of Gravenberch 89 out of, I mean, so we've got 89% pass completion for Gravenberch. You've got 89, you got 80, you got 88 for McAllister. That was what I wanted to say. Sorry, 432 passes completed out of 484 in all games. Just fantastic numbers. And 16 out of 24 long balls completed as well. Really good numbers. Really good numbers, like 66% completion on long balls. And Virgil with 78% completion on long balls. Like, what an asset that is. And then you've got McAllister with 88. Also 28 out of 20 long balls. 70% completion. Just really good numbers. And then you got Trent. Like seriously, like, conversations do need to be had about some players, because Trent has been poor this season with passing. Like, Trent's got a lower pass completion than Mo this year. Like, and everyone's raving on about him, saying he's still this incredible player, but his numbers have reduced drastically. Like, they really have. Like you can say Zoboslai's been sloppy, but he just hasn't. Like, he's got 84% pass completion. He's completed 21 out of 29 long balls, which is 72%. Trent has only got 47%, 100 long balls, and only 50 have made it. That's awful. Like, that really is awful. Like, these numbers aren't the numbers you want to be seeing from a guy that is supposed to be the best passer in the world. Like, it's not. It's not good. They're not good numbers. So yeah, I thought and obviously Robbo is just awful again. Like Robbo's long ball passing is just woeful. Like these two guys are big issues for me at Liverpool. They really are. Like I've talked about this before. Like I've said that one of the things Slot needs to do as soon as he comes in, he needs to really go, right, do I need to rip out that left back and right back area and get my own two guys in? Because these two aren't going to be able to do what I want them to, because they've been so far up their own arses for the last 10 years, because they have been incredible for a long, long time. But they've been on the decline for a while in some of the defensive actions and some of their passing. And the last 2 years, like Trent's long balls have been stinky. There's been so many stinky long balls by Trent. It just has. Robbo's been out of position for so many times with his bozo moments that he needs to sit down and go, right, can I rely on these two guys to do what I want, to do exactly what I want in games? And what he wants them to do is he wants them to keep their width, provide an outlet in the first play from the goalkeeper to the defender to them, not be too far up the pitch all the time, stay wide, when out of possession, tuck in, even come into a centre-back position if you have to. And if you have to overload the midfield, which we do sometimes, then tuck into midfield. And I haven't seen enough of that to make me think Robbo's going to be the player we need, and Trent's going to be the player we need. I haven't seen enough of it. I just haven't. And I'm showing you the passes because what else do they do? What else do they do? Robbo doesn't tackle. Like Robbo's made 1 in 3 tackles this season. Like this guy's never in position to be in a position to actually make a tackle. And he's also on the side of Virgil van Dijk. So he just lets Virgil van Dijk get on with it. And Virgil's good enough to cover. Like it's the opposite side, which we have difficulty with, which is Canate. Because Canate's been given too much workload to do. And the reason why Dom is not doing enough attacking work is because he's still covering for Trent. Mo's having to track back now. Like it is what it is. And I feel like some drastic change needs to be made season to just go away from the old and start with the new. And I think Trent leaving and Robbo being sold, or Robbo dropping down into the subs or squad player, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. I think Slot needs a guy that he can mould into the position, and they're willing to do it. Because I don't think Robbo and Trent are. I don't think they are. They've been moulded under Klopp for so long that you're not going to be able to teach old dog new tricks. And they're both old dogs now. Like they've both been playing in that position for 7 years. Anyway, that was some of the numbers there. And then obviously I wanted to give you, I wanted to show you the shots. Blimey, have a look at this. Look at this for shooting. Mo Salah, 28 shots, 17 on target. I mean, he's had more shots than anyone else. And he's got 6 goals. He's got 6 goals out of 17 shots on target. Like that's a 60% shot on target ratio. Like, the hate this guy is getting is just weird. It's just weird. It feels weird. Like Diaz, 14 shots, 8 on target, 5 goals. He scored 5 goals out of 8 on target. Like, which means the goalie's made 3 saves. Like 57%. Like Jota's not been amazing, but he's had 5 shots on target and 3 of them have gone in. So what are we complaining about here? Like I don't know where we're complaining here. Like obviously Kanate's had 3 on target, 2 of them went in, and Gapco's had 6 on target and 2 have gone in. Like you need to look at the overall numbers. Like what are they really doing? And like Mo is just a machine right now. Like Mo's passing hasn't been great. It hasn't been great. But what Mo's done is Mo has been what is it? Mo has been crossing more. So he's done 13 crosses. And obviously, there's been 2 goals scored off them. But yeah, goal creation, Mo's on 7. Like Mo's just a machine. Like Jota's heavily involved as well with 4 and Gravenberch on 3. Like these are so these are the numbers that really make a difference, because these numbers, like shot creating actions in 90 minutes, 5. Like we need to just put that into perspective. So that's 5 shots per game, yeah, are because of Mo. Can we just let that sink in? Like before everybody starts saying he has crap games and he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that. 5 shots per game by anybody else in the Liverpool team are created by Mo Salah. That is how integral and how important this guy is to our team on a game by game basis. And the commentators and the media are saying, "Oh, why is he still getting flogged? Why is he still getting played in every game?" He's getting played in every game because of what he does. And he creates 5 shot creating actions per game. It's more than anybody else in the team. Like his goal creating actions are 7 already. So he's created chances that have led to goals 7 times in this season already. Like we know how important Jota is in build up and play. We know, which is why he's the number 9. But people have to give Mo his flowers. Like they really do. And also he's tackling 80%. He's got better tackle ratio than anyone else in the team. Like like he's done 6 out of 6 tackles. Like Virgil van Dijk's only done 3, and Kanate's only done 5. Like Mo's heavily involved. Heavily involved. Like more touches in the penalty area than any other player on the pitch. 70 this season in all games. 70. And 28 attempted take-ons with 15 successful. That's 53%. Like these numbers are insane. These numbers are insane. Like they just are. like this guy, 240 carries. Like he is so integral to everything that we do. And that's the reason why he's played 9 games and 743 minutes. 91% of the time he's on the pitch. He's only been subbed once. And look, in the grand scheme of things, it's the reason why Mo has got, he's actually got more goals than that, hasn't he? Oh, sorry, yeah. So the reason why Mo's got 6 goals and 5 assists already. And that's the reason why he's breaking records again. Like Mo just needs his flowers. Like, he just needs flowers. And I don't care. I just don't care. Like, whether he's not playing well for 15 minutes in a game, because he will still produce assists and goals and shot creating actions and carries and dribbles. He'll still do all of that, and dangerous crosses. Like, Mo will just be Mo. And the hate he's getting is just weird. It's just weird. Like, Darwin Núñez has been garbage all season. Like, he just has. Like, he scored 2 goals in 22 games. And the guy is still getting chanted Núñez, Núñez. Like, our fans are just weird. There's some weird cult that has been created with Núñez. Like, everybody's making excuses for him. He's just shit. Like, he's just shit, and he's not going to win you a league. He's not going to score the goals which are going to make a difference. He just isn't. I'm sorry. He just is not. Like, he didn't do it. He didn't do it last season, and he didn't do it the season before. Like, he's not the guy that you can go to get you over the line. The guy you go to get you over the line is Mohamed Salah. And we're going to have to go to him again. We just are. We just are. I mean, the guy's got 45 games in the Champions League. Like, there's no other player apart from Ronaldo and Lewandowski that scored more goals in the Champions League since 2017. Like, and you don't say Mo doesn't do it on the big stage. Like, that is the biggest stage you can do it on. It just is. Like, he's just scored 5 goals in 5 home games in the Champions League. No other player for Liverpool's done it before. He's already like 27 goals ahead of Steven Gerrard in the most Champions League goals scored ever. And we've been at the Champions League for 2 years. like, like, like he hasn't done it every single year because we haven't been in the Champions League every year. And it's just madness. It's madness that there's fans that want him out the club. Like I said, look, I said, if we're ever going to sell him, then we sell him for 150 million last year, because 150 million could have got you, I don't know, Kvaratskhelia, or I don't know, but 150 million could have got you something really, really good, a Rodrigo or someone like that. But I certainly didn't want him to leave. But if we were ever going to sell him, then we sell him for 150 million, like, because he's worth 150 million, even when he's 31. But it's just mental. So Núñez has 21 goals in 45 Premier League starts. Okay. How many goals did Mo score in 45 Premier League starts? Well, he's already got 5. He's already got 5. And in what? In 7 starts? How many did he get last season, Mo? In the Premier League? Shall we have a look? Shall we have a look? Shall we have a look? How many goals? I don't even know why we're even looking at this, because I think this is just a pointless it's pointless looking at this because we know who's the better player by a country mile. But we'll still have a look. Okay, so Mo Salah played. He got 18 goals last season. Mo did in the Premier League, and he had 5 penalties. Okay, if you take away the penalties, that's fair. You can take away the penalties. So if you take away the penalties, then that's 13. So he got 13 goals last season and 10 assists in the Premier League. That was last season. Yeah. How many did Núñez get? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. How many did Núñez get? Okay, so Núñez got 11. Núñez got 11 and he got 8 assists. Okay, so that's the best Núñez has done at Liverpool. Is that right? So he got 9 the season before and 3 assists. So he scored a grand total of. Are we just doing the Prem or are we just doing all up? I'll tell you what, let's just have a look at all up, eh? That'd be easier, wouldn't it? Okay, so we'll look at Mo. Should we just do all up? I think that's better, isn't it? So we just do all games. Hang on. So is that all competitions? Yeah, all competitions. Okay. So let's look at all competitions because there's no point looking in the Premier League. Okay, so Mo has. Let's have a look. So Mo got 18 goals. So that's 19. Hang on, 19, 20. So 25 goals in total, Mo got. So that was 25 goals in 32, 33, 34, 35, 44 games. Okay. So that's 35 goals. No, sorry. 18. Sorry, 25 goals in 44 games last season. That was Mo. Okay. That's probably his worst season, I think, by the way. So that was Mo last season. So let's have a look at Núñez. Okay. Look at Núñez. All competitions. So what do you say? 25 goals in 45 games. Yeah, that was what we said. Okay, so Núñez got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he got 18 goals in total in 36, 46, 49, 52. So Núñez got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Was that 18? Yeah, 18 goals. No, it wasn't 18 goals. Was it 18 goals? Yeah, sorry, 18 goals in 52 games. And Mo got 25 goals in 44 games. I don't know. Who did better? Who did better last season then? I don't know. Who did better last season? I'm thinking Mo did, to be fair. And how many of those goals Mo didn't score because he was passing the ball to Nunes to miss? Yeah, but the thing about Mo is Mo missed like 3 months, by the way. And also, I mean, Mo came into a Liverpool team that was absolutely dire. Like it was literally like the last, I think it was like 10 games, we were absolutely crap. Like we were awful the last 10 games. And you also have to think about it as well that, how many of those goals did Mo score because we just had to score? Like because we were getting beat. Like because we were getting beat by everyone last season. Nunes had a good season last season. Never said he didn't. Never said he didn't have a good season. But he's still shit. He's still shit. He's still a player that isn't going to win us anything. Like he's still not going to win us a trophy through his endeavour, like through him scoring the winner. Like he just isn't. He's not good enough. Like I don't see anything in his game that makes me think he's actually done anything that Slot has asked him to do. Like like he's not involved in play. Like he's not making any runs. Like he's not making himself available for passes. Like his pressing's awful. Like like even that shot he took where he scored, even Slot said, like, why are you taking a shot from there? Like on his weak foot. It's just a fluke. Like I'm sorry. Like it was a fluke. Like 9 times out of 10, that probably goes wide or in the stands. But it just went in. Like and that's what he can do. Every now and again he's got a good goal in him. But he's a dreadful player with a poor IQ and he's not going to work for Liverpool. And I give him till the summer and he'll be sold because Slot won't have it. Slot will just drag him off, just like he did in the last game. You just drag him off. You're not good enough, mate. You're coming off. Jota came on and had 2 shots on target. Like Nunes couldn't even stay on side. Anyway, what else have we got to cover? I wanted to cover a few other things actually. So obviously this one was interesting, which is now it's now mainstream, like that Trent's turned down every contract that Liverpool have offered, 3 so far, and Real Madrid have made contact with him 7 times, according to Revelo, which is a big media outlet in Spain. Also wanted to give some flowers to this guy. It's been absolutely sensational. Sensational. Like, amount of times he's just picked up the ball and just monstered through midfield past players, and he never gives it away. He's press resistance. Him and McAllister are just getting better and better with the relationship. It's starting to look a little bit like look a little bit like Brighton with Caicedo and McAllister now. The pair of them are bouncing off each other, like both having great games. Like, and it's like long may it continue. He's 22 and he's new to this position at Liverpool. Like the sky is the limit with this guy. Also, Mo breaking more records. Mo just doing Mo stuff. It's 11 GA in 9 games, and the guy's washed, and the hate he's getting is just, just bore off Liverpool fans sometimes. And first Liverpool ever played to score 5 consecutive Champions League home games, and that's his hairstyle in all those games when he scored. Great touch by Liverpool, that. Also, just Actually, I'm going to refresh it because Mo's actually scored more goals now. So this list will be even, yeah. So this list has changed even more now. So yeah, there he is. That's on the Champions League website. Mo, 43 goals, 68 games. Like he's now on level. He's now on par with John on a reset for Champions League games. Like the next game, he overtakes reset and he goes into third for Champions League games. Like just the longevity on Mo is just phenomenal. Like it really is. Just the longevity of him. So this was the article which everyone's talking about, but it's in Spanish. So it looks like they're going for Alphonso Davies for the left and Trent for the right, and they could get both on free transfers. They've been in contact with him 7 times apparently. I wouldn't be surprised if Jude had been involved in some of that. It's his mate. I also wanted to show you this as well, in case you haven't seen this. So the referee from yesterday, in 13 games previous, he's booked 62 players and sent 6 off. The guy is an animal. He just loves sending players off and booking them. So yeah, that was that referee we had yesterday. He was just booking players for no reason. Like he just randomly booking Canate for nothing. Also wanted to just touch on the next couple of games we've got. We've obviously got Palace at the weekend. Then we've got Chelsea. Then we've got Leipzig away. Leipzig got beat by Juventus, and Juventus were on 10 men for pretty much a whole half. So we might be able to get a result against them. They're not all that. If we can keep Sesko quiet, we might be in with a chance. Then we got Arsenal away. Then we got Brighton away, and then we've got Brighton at home. So we're doing a back-to-back with Brighton. I think we did a back-to-back with Brighton last season as well, or the season before in the cup, and then at home. I think it was the 3-3 game with Trossard, and then we got beat at their ground. Did we get beat at their ground, or was that a draw? I can't remember now. I can't remember now. Yeah, we did beat Brighton. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. So we beat them and then we got beat. Yeah, I think we beat Brighton as well. And then we've got Leverkusen at home, which will be a hard game. Then we've got Villa at home as well, which will be another very hard game. That's probably one of the hardest runs I've seen in any competition. And then we got Real Madrid and Man City at home, like 4. I mean, if you want to throw Brighton in there as well, they did get a draw against Arsenal at their ground. You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incredibly hard home games off the back of another really hard away game against Arsenal. It is just a monstrous run of games. It really is. And this is where he proves his mettle. Like he really does prove it. Like, can he get us wins against some of those teams? The Bologna one was interesting as well because we beat Bologna with the under-19s as well, and Amara Nallo scored, and also Ronell Gordon. Not Ronell Gordon. What's his name? Ronell Young. Sorry, Ronell Young scoring the goals. Under-19s are now starting to play better, which is good. Also wanted to touch on being heavily linked with Jarrett Braithwaite again. His numbers are really good, by the way. I thought this was quite an interesting article because it goes up against Lenny Yoro, and he's just better than Lenny Yoro all over the park. He played 3,100 minutes last season, and he was really good for them. I think he'll cost us about 60 million, 70 million. They turned down 50 million from Man United, and he goes into, I think, the last year of his contract next year. So I think there's an opportunity for us to maybe get him, and he could be eventually a Virgil van Dijk replacement. He's a great player. I think he's a great player. Um, uh, I mean, there's other stuff as well, which was in this website, which talked about us looking at Branthwaite and Mark Gahey. But there's also stuff about being linked with Eze, but I just don't see the Eze thing because Eze is going to be 27. I just don't see us spending 50, 60 million on a 27-year-old. I'm not sure about it, but Branthwaite and Gahey would be great signings, and that would probably mean the end of Gomez and potentially Tsimikas, Robbo. Maybe looking at Branthwaite as a left-sided left back that can play centre back, or maybe we just get him straight in as a backup for Virgil, or even a Virgil replacement if Virgil leaves. Like, we don't know whether Virgil's going to get offered a new contract yet. He hasn't been, so we might not be. Yeah, but Lallana was with that idiot on it, and he just wants to sign all his old players. I think we also signed Lovren when he was like 20, 26, 27. This was quite an interesting article that I'll show you. So there's a lot of stuff about him in here. But this was, so Endo could be sold and we replace him with a midfielder. So Real Madrid were heavily linked with Reece James, but he seems to be getting injured too much. And they're also looking at Pedro Porro as an alternative to Trent. But Jarrett Branthwaite linked again is just an interesting one, which I thought I would show you. Also, what else did I want to show you? Yeah, that's not interesting, that one. This was interesting though. Where is it? So this was another stat on Grav. So he became first Premier League midfielder to contest more than 5 duels in a match with 100% success, 3 tackles, and also 50 passes at 90%. The only player that's done that is Sandro for Spurs in 2012. Some of the numbers Grav's pumping out are just mind blowing. Seriously, they really are. And like all his sofa score numbers are are like 8s and 8s and 8s, like consistently on sofa score. Like, his numbers are just astonishing. I think it's only going to get better. Like, I really do. Like, I'm trying to find you some more news. Where is it? Is it here? Where is it? Bear with me, sorry. Oh, it's here actually. Where is it? Yeah. So I just wanted to mention like like the Champions League is ours. Like it's our bread and butter. Like, and at the moment, 2 games, 2 wins. AC Milan, Bologna. Obviously, we've got some of the big games coming up. Real Madrid got beat away to Lille, which means that they're not firing on all cylinders, which means that the game coming up with us could be a banana skin for them. Leverkusen have been conceding goals, so there's a chance that we could do them. Leipzig just got beat in the Champions League, so read into that how you will. But I just wanted to say that like the last 3 times we've been knocked out of the Champions League have been by the winners. I'm sorry, one of them, Real Madrid didn't win. Man City did, but they've been by the winners 2 out of 3 of them, and they've always been Real Madrid, and the numbers are there. Like we got beat 22-23, we got beat 21-22 in the final, which we deserved to win, but for Courtois, and then we got beat in the quarterfinals 2021. So, you know, it's just interesting that there's a chance we could miss them completely. If we maybe finish top or we finish second, we might be on the other end of the draw. We could miss them all the way to the final. Like I just don't know how that's going to work out. But I just wanted to point out that Real Madrid are the only team we should really fear because, well, we played them 1, 2, 3, 4. We played them 4 times in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times in 6 years, and we've been beaten by them every time. So that's the one we need to worry about. And the rest, I'm not fussed. Like, bring it on. Like, AC Milan was supposed to be good. Absolutely battered them. Let's see how it goes. But I've done nearly an hour. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Mo, about the contracts, also just about Liverpool in general, like just how good we have been. Like, and I know you can only beat what's in front of you, but we've beaten most of what's in front of us. Nottingham Forest was a blip. Nottingham Forest was down to the fact that we had lots of players on international duty and we brought them back and expected them to go again. And he's learned his lesson and he started to rotate more. But so far, so good. And I just like the fact that Slots just said that, you know, we haven't played anyone big yet. You know, I expect more. Like I demand, will not accept mediocrity. You know, I won't accept low par performances. You know, players will be dropped. Players will be taken out of the team, like because they need to be. And that's refreshing. And listening to the manager talk about the things that we're seeing on the pitch and we're noticing that need to be improved on, it's just great to see because the previous guy, we could see the failings so many times and none of them were ever changed. They just weren't. And we just went again. Same team, same players making the same mistakes, same problems. And we've seen that for too many years. And I just don't think this guy's going to let that happen. Don't think he's going to let it happen. And I can't wait to see what he does in the transfer market in January because there's going to be some changes. Going to be some players leave, like whether we like it or not. And in the summer, we could lose 3 on free transfers. it's a possibility, and we need to be prepared for that. And we need to understand that it was down to the club whether they stayed or whether they went. It was down to the club or it was down to the player. Can't blame Slot. It's not his problem. It's not him. You know, you can't blame Hughes. If we offered Trent 3 contracts and he turned them all down and went to Real Madrid, and then you suddenly found out he was on 400 grand, then you know exactly why he went to Real Madrid. And if Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk walk and go to Saudi and get paid 500,000 or 600,000 a week, then you know why. You know why? Because we weren't willing to pay stupid wages for guys that are in the mid 30s. And we go again. The club is bigger than the players. The players are not bigger than the club. And we will keep on moving forward. Anyway, I wish you all well. Wish you all a good evening. And I hope you enjoyed my show. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. I'm on the road to 600. And all the people who've messaged in comments, appreciate it. I only really read out stuff if you do super chat, because I'm showing screens and I'm talking about what I'm showing, so that's the reason why I don't answer many questions. Sorry. I might do a Q&A session sometime where you can just ask me questions. Might do that tomorrow. I don't know yet. I'll see how it goes. Okay. Big up Fozzie. Just do a couple of shout outs before I leave. Big up Patrick. Evening IBR as always. Evening Jonathan. Evening Ottoman. Evening Bob. Big up Keep It Real. Hope you're well. Who else we got? YNWA. Big up. Anybody else that I missed? Anybody? Mr. Sky Blue. Big up. Oh, what's that you've wrote? Liverpool produced 9 title winning managers in the league, while Manchester United have 3. Interesting. Interesting stat. What's that for business sake? What's that? It sells 3 players over the previous one. Yeah, well, we did make about 60, 70 million, didn't we? Big up Register. Also big up James. And big up LFC Fan. And hang on, big up M-Talk. Hope you're well. Anybody else I missed out? Nope, I think that's everybody, unless anyone's just joined. Nope. And that's it for tonight. I will catch you again. I might be doing another show with Mo next week. I'll probably do something with Jamie soon. I am supposed to be going on Anfield Road show, but I don't know when I'm going to do that. I'm trying to get G to do a show with me tomorrow. So just keep your notifications on, and that might happen in the evening. Might do a Crystal Palace preview with GTV. Just trying to work that out. And that'll be all. If I don't see you tomorrow, then I look forward to the game and another early kickoff. It's also a big test because it's going from a Champions League game to another league game, and we've only done that once, and it was a bit iffy against Wolves. So we'll see how that goes. But I think it'll be a win, and I think it'll be another clean sheet. And up the Reds, top of the table.